Alright guys, so today we are going to be finishing and wrapping this back bumper right here. We got almost all the car completely done. We're still waiting for a front new bumper because it's got cracks in it. So we are actually going to be wrapping this today. I did take these out. If you guys are curious how I did it, check out the other video. I posted about it. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so now since before we got to actually wrap the bumper, we got to put knifeless tape all around here to make sure we are not cutting on the car. This is knifeless tape. It's literally just like floss. You're just gonna start it right here and you wanna do an overlay all the way through. And I'm gonna give myself a little bit more space here to be able to have that overlap and be able to pull the extra string. So you just lay it just like this. It's sticky on one side, so you'd be really good. And that's good. All right, so we got the vinyl right here. What you're gonna do is come around here, over here on this side. So you wanna make sure when you start, you wanna have like up to here to be able to do it. So you're gonna stick it right here, grab one of these magnets, super nice to have, and just start rolling it all the way out. It's better to put like your toe on here like this, and then you kind of just hold it above the ground while turning it, and it gets it super easy to be able to just pull this all the way around. And we will be cutting this in half because of how big it is. All right, so the end of the bumper is right here. We do want to go a little bit longer. So we'll go about here. Get yourself one of these guys. These are really helpful. Just take this thing right here and just go all the way down. All right. All right, so we're gonna lift this up because we are actually gonna be following this line right here. And we are not going to be wrapping this whole part right here is not going to be wrapped. So you can grab your knifeless. We're actually just going to follow this line right on the edge right here. Give us some space to do it. And you just take your knifeless and go all the way around it. Just follow that line. Alright, so because it's all the way to the ground, we don't really need it all the way to the ground. So we're going to actually lift it up a little bit right here. Come all the way around to this side. We're gonna lift this up a little bit too. And we're gonna throw this back on. And now we're actually gonna be cutting almost all this completely off. All right, so when you do this, you gotta make sure you are looking at where it needs to go because these are special and we actually have to do it. All right, so we're gonna move all the extra. I don't know, I'd have to find some other use for this because that's like you can't really use that for anything. Alright, so we're gonna get started here. Remove the magnet, stick it on the car, and we're gonna be full pulling this, so I'm gonna show you how it's done. Pull it back and just stick right here. Make sure you got a good grip on this right here. And so you kind of want to hold it out while stretching your fingers just to make sure it's like somewhat straight. We're going to pick it back up. We're going to go right around it. You're good. Alright guys, so that is completely glassed out, which is what we want. Now I saw a trick on how we're gonna get this little area out. I'm gonna try that trick. Alright guys, so this is how you do it. So I've seen someone do it where they actually completely pull this up all the way to where the wrinkle is, right? And kind of tack this down, make sure it don't move anywhere. Get this as flat as possible. And now we're actually gonna heat it up. And then just let it relax. I'm just literally letting go of this thing. and then just like that. All right, so we're gonna heat this up right here, just a little bit, okay, like good right there. And we're just gonna kind of shake it back and forth and push it. All right, so we got the whole bumper almost glassed out, and we wanna kind of make it more secure before we start pulling it more. If you use a wrap glove, guys, this makes it so much easier. It's not just a regular glove. A regular glove will probably, scratch this panel up a little better. Or you can use a squeegee. Either way, we're gonna have to lift this up because it's actually part of the wing. But all I'm trying to do right now is just kind of make it more secure. So we're gonna just make sure there's no air bubbles left. We're gonna go back and forth like this. All right, and now I'm gonna use a little heat right here because this is kind of bevels in. So let's grab that heat gun. Just gonna heat it up. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. Let it cool down for like 3 seconds maybe. And you're actually gonna take the heat glove, right? Go down with it. And you're gonna push it all the way out. I'm just gonna have to keep pushing it until you basically have this curve. I wanna heat it up again. Make sure you got it. Let it cool down for like 2 seconds. And then you're gonna just kind of start working it in. Start at the top. Work your way in there. So you hear that sound and how it's wanting to bubble up. Right here you can see this whole area is full of air. So we need to come over here, right? We need to release that air. So we're gonna pick this up. Watch how this whole thing happens, changes. Look at that. The whole thing just changed. Now we can kind of hold it up like this and just kind of push all this air in here. Right on out of here, because we don't need that air in here. So right there, luckily with this material, it's air release, so it makes it where you can easily just get all that air out if there's little tiny bubbles. All right, so we see the lines are going this way. We want to stretch them out. We're gonna pick this back up right here, okay? You're gonna use a heat gun. Make sure you get rid of all those lines, right? And I'm not even pulling this at all right? So we're good here. And you want to do is you want to kind of just stretch it out, glass it out. Don't pull crazy hard either. Kind of shake it back and forth, and then just glass it right back out. Stick it to the car. Use your glove or a squeegee, whatever you use. Boom, just like that. You got it right on out. All right, so you can heat it up again. Make sure this side, it's got a pretty deep channel. Not crazy deep though. Let it cool down. Blow on it a little bit, and you just take your palm right here, just work on this, and you're just gonna push all that air out of there, all the way through, and boom, look at that. You got a full clean line right there. All right, so we have tons of excess. This is about where the end goes. So we're actually gonna cut a lot of this out because we don't wanna have so much vinyl in our hands to be able to just get more problems with it. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna actually lift this right here. Kind of just barely shake it back and forth. Take your thumb, just go back and forth with it. Right here, watch this. Boom, gone, ready? Ready? Okay, that one didn't work. So all you gotta do, if that ever happens, pick it up. Make sure you got it like that. You're gonna heat it up. Start from the outside, work your way in. Let the material relax. Okay, just like this. And now I'm barely even touching this thing, and it's gonna be able to lay flat as is. Just like this. All right, so right here we got the whole headlight. This is actually all coming out, but right now it's so much tension. So I gotta release that. And because we put knifeless tape right here at the very edge, we should be good. So I'm actually gonna basically cut all this right on out of here. All right, because there's so much tension right here, it's like a bridge. There's a huge deep gap. So what we gotta do is we actually gotta lift it and kind of just follow the line all the way through, cut away from the car just so we can lay it down evenly flat. Just like this. All right, so we're gonna lift it up just like this. If I can get my squeegee in there, we're gonna lift it up. We're actually gonna just start going slowly all the way back and forth into the groove so that it won't fail and it won't pull back once it's done. All right, just like that. Pick it up again. We're just gonna get that knifeless tape nice and clean. So go all the way around. Just get, doesn't matter. All right, so you see how there's tons of lines right here, tons. And just so much tension. So we're gonna actually cut all this out again, just like the other side. Just get it going right here. And take this right here. We just don't want all that tension. We wanna release it because otherwise it will fail. So we're gonna have to heat this all up. All right, so you're gonna lift this up, just past the wrinkles. A little bit past the wrinkles because we don't want any of those wrinkles in here. You're gonna start away and work your way inwards. Just like this. And then you're gonna let it relax, barely just start doing it. So you got a clean line right here. Stretch it around. And now I'm not even pulling whatsoever. I'm just laying it down. You're gonna lift it up, right past it. Heat it up. Okay, let it cool down. Okay, see how it's like, and then you shake it back and forth barely, and you just lay it right back down. All right, so to get this knifeless tape up, you gotta peel it back, just the green tape, the whole thing. Put your thumb right on here, like literally just right there, and just yank it until you only see just the pink line, just like that. Okay? And now as soon as you start getting to the vinyl, you're gonna wanna hold your finger, push it right on the vinyl, cover everything up. Anytime you get a crease like that, hold it up. And then just make sure you follow that curve. Otherwise, if you're down here, it could move the line out. So you just follow the line, make sure you're going good. Just like this. All the way. And then boom, it's gonna give you back 2 of the green lines, which you're gonna pull back, just like this. This is just to kind of keep the vinyl above and it doesn't stick too well. And now, you're gonna take this extra right here, and you're just gonna pull it all off. And it leaves a clean line. Now the last and final step you gotta do with this, take your glove and actually push down the vinyl. Because it's lifted, so you gotta go around and actually just push it all the way down. Just like this. All right, so same thing with this one. You're gonna put your thumb on it and just yank it, right? And you wanna follow it all the way to the vinyl and just start going through it. Just like this. Knifeless tape is amazing, guys. All right, and you're just gonna take the green tape again, make sure you got it. Which looks like I missed the other one. It'll catch up against here. Grab that one, and we'll go back down. Just like this. All right, we're gonna pull all this excess off now. We're gonna make a clean line right here. Okay. All right, next video. All right, so you see how there's tons of little lines right here. All you gotta do, run your finger up against them, boom, gone. Look at that. Clean, you can't even tell there's a line right there. All the way up, boom. Keep going all the way, and just like that. You can't even tell there's a line. All right, so we're on the corner right here. All you gotta do is cut from this, get as close as you can to that corner, stick your whole blade in there, and then just go down at angle. And now to get that top one, you're gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna go kind of like this way. You don't wanna go straight like this. You just wanna go like that. Then you're gonna take this thing right here and just follow that line all the way through. Now for this part, we wanna get this, all I'm doing, there's tons of different ways to do this. All I'm doing is sticking my knife in there and just following it all the way around. Just like this. Now we're gonna come back to the top right here, stick your blade in, and boom, just like that. Clean line, just like that. All right, so for here, we have this whole area. We actually are just gonna do a separate piece. So I'm actually gonna be cutting up against the side of it, not in it or on it. And we're just gonna follow our blade all the way along here. Just like this, and we're gonna do the same thing right here. And just following it, you wanna give it some tension. You know, make sure we get that straight. We're good like that. And then, just gonna come along with the back. All right, so I just cut this around here. This is actually the exhaust. So we got that. We're gonna actually heat this up. And we're gonna push it in as we heat it up. Just touch a little bit of heat. Go from a squeegee. All right, so now you're gonna take your squeegee and we're gonna just shove it in there. And we're just gonna push it down. You wanna do the felt side first, and then you go with your hard edge. And you wanna get it in deeper. And just like that. Look at that, boom. All right, so these are where the bumper guards are. We are actually going to be cutting this whole section out because this is actually gonna be all covered in. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take your knife right here. There's nothing behind here, so I'm not worried about cutting anything. And we're just gonna go all the way around. We wanna get rid of all that tension right on in here. So here, gonna go up this. We're gonna just follow this line all the way. Alright. Around. And boom. We just removed that whole piece right there. Oh, this one right here. Good. And now all we have to do is just tuck it in as far as you can right now. Just like that. Alright, so a lot of times it's a little harder to work with is if you're trying to glass it down and you want to cut the knife list. So, and sometimes it just won't cut through it. So the easiest way to do it, you take your knife, lift it away, cut it like that, and actually separate it. And then you push it down like so. Now we're gonna cut this right here. I can get it. You'll push it down. And just hold your finger there, and then just run it up against here. And now, so right here, you can see it doesn't want to move. We're gonna push it down just to make sure, and we're gonna hold it down just, there you go, just like that. Just cuts right here, all the way up. Grab the green. Oh, I only grabbed one side. Go back up here. See how it reconnects right here? I'm just gonna grab this right here, pull it up, all the way. Boom. Take off all this excess right here. Okay, and then we're gonna run our glove all the way around it. Make sure we get that even, clean line. There you go. All right, guys, this is the last cut, and then we are completely good. There we go, just like that. All right, I'm gonna shove this one right back in here too, just temporarily. All right, guys, so that was the end of the project, guys. It looks really good. Let me know what you guys think of this. If you guys thought this was cool and you learned a lot from this video, let me know. Also, hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see other videos.